lovely gentleman in Seattle in the States, and he went into a past life where he was living in England in the 1680s. And he said, it's about 1685, and he said, I'm living in a county called Berkshire. In English, we say Berkshire. He said, Berkshire. In fact, he said, I live in a little village called Upper Bucklebury. Really? Okay. But he said, the king is King Charles. And he said, but I'm a member of a religious group and we're being persecuted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave England and travel to the States. We're setting up some communities there. And he said, as I'm leaving Upper Bucklebury, he said, I'm a carpenter here. And the church here is St. Mary's. I'm leaving the church. He said, it's not my church, but I have a connection to it. It's a big white building. St. Mary's Church. He said, I'm walking to Bristol, and after a few weeks I get a ship to the United States, and we're setting up some communities there. He was a Quaker. And the ship that he travelled on was called the Bristol, he said, it's the Bristol Merchant. This old ship is called the Bristol Merchant. So we worked through that life, and afterwards I'm Googling away, and guess what I find? In Berkshire, there is a village called Upper Bucklebury. I've lived in England virtually all of my life, apart from a few years in Norway. I've never heard of that place before. And guess what the name of the church in Upper Bucklebury is? St. Mary's. And then I did more Googling, and one of the main ships that was taking Quakers from the UK to the States was the Bristol Merchant.
And he didn't know this?
No way. How would he know that? He lives in Seattle. That's not the sort of information you would ever know or ever find anywhere. And certainly in my book, Famous Past Lives, where I've had some people who have been very famous in previous lifetimes,